Hey guys, it's Lauren, and today we're going to be making vegan chocolate brownies. For the record, I wanted to say that I am not personally vegan, but I have a few friends that follow the blog that are, so why not have some variety? Also, for those of you thinking right now, oh, it's vegan, I'm gonna skip this video, don't, because these are actually so good. Keep watching. So if I've convinced you, let's get started. All right, so we're gonna start off by mixing our dry ingredients. So that's gonna be 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. It's gonna be 1/2 cup of cocoa powder, and then we're gonna do 1 3/4 cup of white sugar. We're also gonna toss in a teaspoon of salt, and that's just regular table salt. We're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And then you're just gonna grab your whisk and you're gonna whisk it all together in a separate bowl from your mixing bowl. Once your dry ingredients are all mixed together, you can let it sit off on the side, and now we're going to move on to mixing our wet ingredients. So for the first part of our wet ingredients, we're going to mix our flax eggs. So in 1 flax egg, there's usually 1 tablespoon of flax meal with 3 tablespoons of water. So we're going to double that. So it's going to be 2 tablespoons of flax meal and 6 tablespoons of water. So first you can just pour in your flax meal, and then you can pour in the water, and we're just going to whisk it together a little bit. And then I also put in 1/2 teaspoon of espresso powder, and the espresso powder just really helps bring out that chocolatey flavor from the cocoa powder in these vegan brownies. Also, the great thing about flax eggs in vegan cooking is that it really helps bind everything together, and for something like a chocolate brownie, it gives it a little hint of a nutty flavor. All right, so once you have those flax eggs mixed together, you can go ahead and put them into the bowl of your mixer, and then we're just going to continue and add the rest of our wet ingredients. So that includes 1/2 cup of avocado oil, a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, 1/2 cup of coconut oil, and then we're also going to put in 1/2 cup of full fat coconut milk. And it's really important that you do full fat coconut milk because if you get light or fat-free coconut milk, then it's not gonna have that creamy texture. You're gonna get the separation and it's not gonna work out as well. Now we're going to combine all of our wet ingredients in the mixer, and after that's done, we're going to add our dry ingredients. All right, so once all of your dry and wet ingredients are incorporated, we're going to toss in 2 cups of grated unpeeled zucchini, and we're also going to toss in 3/4 cup of vegan chocolate chips. A couple good brands are Enjoy Life, those are dairy-free, nut-free, and then also another brand I like is Hugh. It's like human, spelled H-U, and I'll put links to those on the blog. Also, I'm not recommending Hugh chocolate because it sounds like my last name. It's just actually really good chocolate. I also wanted to mention that I know that the 2 cups of zucchini might be a little intimidating for those that don't like vegetables, but trust me, you're not even going to taste it in there. It honestly just gives the brownies so much moisture, and it is just so decadent. So please don't let that deter you. Anywho, once everything is mixed together, we're just going to grab a cookie sheet. You might want one that's just a little bit deeper because you want the brownies to be able to rise just a little bit. And then we're just going to grease it. I like to grease it with coconut oil. I found that that's the best way that they come out of the pan really clean. So I just take a little plastic baggie, grab a little bit of coconut oil, and I kind of just spread it around the pan, get the sides and the edges. And you can totally do this with your hand if you don't want to waste a plastic bag. I just don't love my hands being all greasy, but it's super easy, and then your brownies will come out super smooth. All right, so now we're just going to spread the batter all throughout the pan, and then we're going to bake them at 325 degrees for 40 to 45 minutes. And you basically want to do it just until a toothpick can come out clean. All right, I'm going to toss these into bake, and then we're going to make some vegan chocolate frosting. All right, so this is probably going to be the easiest frosting you have ever made. So first, in a blender, we're going to put 1/2 container of silken tofu, which I've already drained the water out of. Then we're going to add a tablespoon of pure maple syrup and 1/2 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Finally, I've melted down 6 ounces of vegan chocolate chips, and if you don't have a food scale, 6 ounces is basically half of a standard bag of chocolate chips. All right, and that's literally all there is to it. So now we're just gonna let it blend together. And if you find that your frosting is a little bit too thick, you can put in a few drops of your favorite non-dairy milk. Then once our brownies are finished baking and have cooled for about 30 minutes, we'll put our frosting on top. Now that our brownies have cooled, we're just going to spread our frosting evenly over the top. Now we're going to toss them in the fridge for about 10 to 30 minutes just so the frosting can set, and then they'll be ready to eat. And there you have it, guys. I swear your friends won't even know they're vegan. Happy eating! If you make what you saw here today, don't forget to tag me at HughEatsWithYou on Instagram. And if you like what you saw and want to see more, make sure you hit subscribe. And don't forget to check out the blog for more information and recipes.